Stampers, Gaynor again, and I've been playing with the card kit, which is called Colourful Kaleidoscope, and these are the 3 cards. I've made one of each, but I'm going to do alternatives now. We're working on this one. Might not use that panel, and if we do, we might. We'll see. So I've gone ahead and done a little bit of a card. I made a bit of a boo-boo, and Gaynor makes the boo-boos, so you don't have to. So I've cut an envelope apart for the designer series paper. This is the piece of card that I cut off the top. So because this pattern didn't go all the way to the end, if you notice here, you've got a gap there. So what I did, I trimmed down my envelope. I took a strip and I glued it on the front there. So this I cut down. So this is 4 1/4 and this is 1 1/2, I think. Yeah, 1 1/2 here, 4 1/4. So that's 5 3/4. But this is one of the cards that came in the kit. So you've already got this score line. So what you want to do is take this up to the edge, and you literally want to cut 1 1/2 inches off, or leave 1 1/2 inches. So that would be 1, 2, 2 1/4 inches. Wait there, let me just get that right. So 1, 2, it would be 3 inches to 4 1/2. So it's 2 3/4. Cut 2 3/4 off. Don't be looking at these, they're going to get covered. And then I added a bit of the envelope to give me that pattern. I mean, I could have started again and just pulled a piece, but I want to use these bits that came with the card kit, so I'm going to put them to one side. You're also going to need 2 pieces, and I'm using Calypso Coral. You could use powder pink. You're going to need 2 at 2 by 3 1/2. You want 2 of those, and these are 5 by 1 1/2. Let's just check. Yep, and we're going to use these as our panels to open these doors. It's a double pop-up card. Oh, let me see what it's called. Let me write down. It's called double door pop-up card. But I thought I'd use it using these. And then, so, get your trimmer and a wee little pencil. So, these are 1 1/2. You're going to score these at 3/4. Both of them. So get those in at 3/4. Oh, I nearly cut it then. And score. Leave that blade down there. And then you're going to put this in at 1 1/2 and just give it a little notch either side. And the same on this one. So 1 1/2. A little notch. And a little notch. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go from the point to the, we're just going to create a cross. So put that in and score, and then twist it round and do exactly the same on this side. So it goes that way and that way. Also, it folds in the centre, which you want to burnish. Why do I never seem to be able to fold these in the centre? There we go. Burnish it both ways, because it's going to be a mechanism card. You want to burnish all the ways it will go. So that way, that way. We'll come back to that one. So again, now we're going to do this point to the pencil mark, corner to corner, and exactly the same on this side. And score. So we don't need that for a minute. Again, we're going to score along our score lines. go along the score lines. Right, what you're going to do now is going to take some scissors and you're going to score, you're going to remove your score line up to the centre and then remove that section. So that's it, and then now we're going to burnish that. Right, gainers. That's it. So this set, oh, that's for one side. I'm going to do the same exactly on this side. And remove that score. And then this is going on this side. You don't need those bits. So we need to burnish both ways. And if you want to remove your pencil marks, you can. Right. Right, this we're going to glue, not this section, we're just going to add glue here. And we're going to make sure this is right up to the score line here, hence the reason it's going to cover. And I'm going to fold this across. Now you've got to make sure that that is perfectly level, so adhere your score lines, and then see this little triangle, just that little section, add some glue. So I made a boo-boo in there, so Gaynor, that's a lot of glue. My glue is spouting everywhere, so oh, covered. So I'll fetch this section down now and wait for it to dry. Obviously, don't do what I just did. And then this, once we've got that up and that is tucked in, we're just going to burnish that. This is oozing everywhere. Oh, I don't know why it's doing it. It doesn't like me today for some reason. Let me just replace my nib. I know I'm going to be taking it out again in a sec, but oh, it's driving me nuts. So with this one, we're going to glue this section, and this is going to fold across there. So you're going to have that right along that edge there. And then that bit is going to glue. So that is our opening mechanism. So again, let's take this out slowly. It causes like a vacuum, so it just wants to ooze out everywhere. I'm going to lay this right along this edge and fold that across. You got a little bit of wiggle space. Whoops. I'm just going to secure that down. This is oozing out everywhere. Look at it. You know, it won't stop until I undo the lid. Once you're taking the pressure off, give it a sec and wipe it clean. And then tighten it back up. I think what it is my glue's running low. So, right, again, we're just going to add a tiny little bit, a bit of glue to that side. And then we're going to fold this over to pick that piece up. And obviously we've got to wait for it to dry. Oh, why does not want to glue? I can see why. There's a little tiny rim there on that end, and it's catching. cut away the score line. Again, I made a boo-boo again. But if I make them, you don't have to. So that looks a bit skew-iff now, but it's my fault for cutting a bit too much, but it will work. Let's get that. Hold it down. That's what was up with it. And then we're going to fold this back on itself. Make sure that lays flat. And as with that one as well. And then this is your little mechanism. So that will open the doors, which are these little guys. I mean, you can have them on the outside. You can have them on the inside. And then these will flick up with these to reveal our little window. Now I'm deciding which way to have them. I think I'm just gonna add them on the outs on that side and just check. Gotta make sure they're level. Perfect. So I'm gonna glue this side. Don't go past that crease there. I'll show you now. So grab your, make sure it's nice and level along the bottom of the card because you don't want nothing poking out. And then fold your card across. Give that just a few seconds to dry. And then this, it pops open perfectly with your card layer. Let's do that with this one. Like I'm saying, don't, let me show you. I just forgot just a second ago. Don't go past the V. So keep your glue to this side. Again, line this up right along the edge and then pull this card closed. Right there. I want to close that. Tuck that in. Keep my little doors closed at the top and bottom. And then this can close down on the top. So it lines up perfectly all over the place. And then our doors pop open. I've got a little bit of boo-boo there. Just take off the excess with my, and I can use, don't worry about that panel anyway. I've got a piece of Whisper White. This is gonna get folded perfectly in half. So let's give that a score in the center. I cut mine to 4 1/8, 8 1/4. So let's do it 4 1/8 and let's see. Or if you don't want to do that, just push it up against your board. Push the paper up so it's bang on perfect and fold. And then this is a 4 inch. I've done mine 8 1/4. Let's see if it fits. If not, we can always, I like to do it a little bit bigger. That way I can always take a little bit off. So that's going to be a little bit tight. So let's trim. Just less than 4. And I'm literally going to take that down to 4 1/8. Whoops, a small 4 1/8. Get rid of those bits. And then this is gonna get popped just on the inside. But if you've got any what's it called? I'm scratching my head here. If you've got any stamping to do, that's the word. Okay, now I'm getting a bit confused. You can cut a little bit more off that if you want, but I like a small border. Just make sure my card closes. So now I'm going to need some design. I'm going to need some 1/2" strips here. So I'm going to use my envelope again. And I need them to be 3.5. So let's do 3. Let's cut 1/2" strips first. So that's 3/4. I best do this on the other one just to make sure I'm getting them right. So 1/2 inch there and 1/2 inch there. So I'm going to knit the ends off because I don't want that little border there. And now I'm going to spin it round and we're going to need 3 3/8. And I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. Knit the end off, turn it round, 3 3/8. Don't throw the little bits, but throw the tiny bits. Right, we might need this trimmer again in a sec, she says. And then we can address those and put that. Oh, they're a little bit, aren't they? Maybe I should have done 5/8 of an inch. But it's too late now, I've cut them. So add our little strips. Just to give it a little bit of decoration. I've got most of my blue down the bottom on that side. Doesn't matter that they're not bang on the same. Just give that little border. Isn't that cute already? And then what have we got left here? So, oh, it's a little bit short. Let's see what we've got here. I've got some. That's a little bit short. Let me see. Oh, I've got some designer sales paper here. Let me see. Calypso coral. How good is that? Because I'm working on another card that works with this. So. Let me see if I've got any Calypso coral in there. Nope, but I've got some there. So let's get this out. So let's measure those gaps. That is 2 inches. Let's do 1 7/8. On 7/8. Nice to have that on hand. Pop that away. This is the, I think it's called Pansy Petals designer series paper. And then the gap again is 3.5. So let's do 3 3/8. 1. 2. Keep that there just in case we need it for something. And let's add these little panels onto there. That's perfect. Those cute little pansies. Now my glue doesn't want to move full stop. Typical. Either floods out or I don't want to come out. There we go. I'm going to open. I can't open it out. I could, but just gonna make sure that I push that down. That is so sweet. Wasn't I good getting that paper out? Not realising that I really needed that. So you can lift your door up like this And then just line this paper. I have to be pretty quick. You don't get much wiggle room with the art glitter glue. But once it's on, you can push that down into place. I mean, if you want a couple more strips, let's see, that's not going to be wide enough. That will be, but will I get 2 pieces? Oh, I don't know about that. Let's have a look. Let me cut this down as thin as I can be. Gaynor's trying to use, right, so it's not going to be 3 3/8. Let's just take that end off and straighten it. Let's take this end off and straighten it. Don't need these little bits. And let's do, what are they now? Oh, they're on the inside. Let's look. They are 2 inches. So let's do 2 inches. And the whole width is, oh, then, Gaynor's thinking. Gaynor's thinking. So let's do 3 3/8 for one. Need that. Let's check that out. Let's do 1 7/8. Let's check that on there. That is cute. Right, let's do 1 7/8. There's always a way, you know. So that's the other end of my envelope, which I don't think I'll be using. Right, let's see how wide that is. Not quite as wide. Have I got any more left? I'm running out of... We've got one. Let me grab the other envelope because I don't want to skimp. It's just an envelope. I can put these cards into plain envelopes. There we go. So let's take this down. Open it up. Oh, that one didn't want to come off. That was a really bit... There we go. And let's take this side off. That's better. We're going to remove this section because we don't need that envelope either. And now we need 1 7/8. By 3 3/8. Add all these little bits. Don't throw them away, they'll go back in for something else. It's a long card. I might have to do a video per card because I've made these ones a little bit more complicated. So again, open this out. And attach our pieces. They're pretty similar as well. Add that on there. Lovely. So I'm going to add my whisper white piece. And this is going in here with a nice little border all the way around. So our doors close like this. how sweet is that? It's a bit of a bulky little sod. So let's attach, let's cut this down to say about there, so about 3.5 again. Let's do 3 3/4. We can always take a little bit off, we can't add any on. Oh, let's see, that will give us our flap. Oh, that's perfect. And then with this we'll open, revealing our card, and then we can have a hidden message inside. Ah, now see, I've got this, which I could trim down if I'm careful. Watch this. Right, let's trim that. So that was 4 inches. Now this is saying this is 4 inches. That is not 4 inches. It's a little bit wider, so I'm going to take a fraction off that side, and I'm going to take a tiny little fraction off that side. Let's check. And I'm going to cut that right off there at that point. Perfect. Ooh, let's see if that works. I mean, you could get a sponge and change the colour. I'm going to glue that on there just as an overlay. Like I'm saying, add some colour. You could even add some. And then what I'm going to do with that tiny little piece that's across there, I'm going to cut a small piece of our envelope, or even a piece of white. Let's take that down a tiny fraction more. So let's take this down to 3 3/4. Get rid of those little bits. I'm trying my best, girls. Let's use a piece of the envelope. Cut that straight. Oh, hang on, I'll use this top bit actually. And let's cut half inch strip. Let me see, what was that width? Pain in the ass, isn't I? 3 7/8, just short. Because this is our envelope, and then just take, I'm just going to take about 3/8 of an inch. And let's see, if I glued that on there, then we can flip that over. No one's going to see that gap at the bottom. So if I just add glue on there, place this on here, so it's nice and level. That's a bit damp still for a sec. Let's just watch me stick that card down. Right, let's check. We could do it along the top, just to give it a bit of definition. Or we could do it along the bottom. just make sure that lines up there beautiful. Little bit of a, I like that. I'm just going to add glue around the edges. And then just a dot in the center. And there's a nice little border along the edge. It's not the perfect shape, but we do have some of these little gems. Get my pokey tool. And we could add one just in the center there, but this opens up as well. Now we need this section, so I'm going to eyeball that in the center and just glue along there. Folding this shut, I'm just going to line that up, keeping it as straight as possible. Quite a bulky little thing this is. So I'm going to use that pink layer to layer that up. So what was that? Again, it's adding more and more. 2.5 by 3 3/4. So let's just do 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. Let's see if that layers up on there. Oh, look how cute that is. I'm going to do that. Oh. Part of the envelope, no one's going to see. I'm not going to complicate this one too much then. Get rid of those bits. I'm going to keep those because they'll come on in handy for the others. It comes with a label, which is this gorgeous gold label. And I'm just going to stick that in the center with our thank you, thank you, thank you. It did come with grey granite, but it was a bit too pale. Should have stamped this first, I think. So I'm going to come and I'm just going to stamp the thank you on there and keep that for a second. Put my pin back in my glue. I don't think I need that anymore for a sec. Oops. Oh, I'm throwing everything all over the place, girls. Gaynor's having a... I didn't think this one through very well, did I? So let's just keep that there for a second. And then inside the card, when we open this magic section, it says, just because you're special. Or we could use, I can't thank you enough. Again, it'll say thanks. Or wishing you a magical birthday. Or I've got these from a different set, which says, the little things you do make such a big difference. Oh, I'll use that one, I think. So let's just ink this up and put this in the center of our card. Oh, cute. I'm using that on a different card. Just give that a little waft. Perfect. I did all the alternative cards on the other one. They were just quick and simple cards. This one has been quite... Oh, look at that. And you can even have that overlaying that way. Or you can close it on the inside. can have it that way. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sit that there on some dimensionals. I'm going to finish off this lovely card. The other one is a long-winded card as well, so I'm literally just going to put that in the centre of my card. Just going to give that a wash down from the outside, that way if it's isn't that cute? That's an alternative version, so let's grab some more of these beautiful gems. And let's put one top, bottom, and maybe we'll have one just to the side there as well. How sweet is that? Put my pokey to it. So there is our first alternative card, which is totally different from that one. But when you open it up, it's got that lattice. Well, this one said wishing you a magical birthday. Where's my little gold strip that came with it? And can I find it? It's probably on the floor somewhere. I've probably dropped it somewhere. Let me see if I can find my little gold strip. This one's going to get turned into a spanner cut. Oh, there it is. Oh, when'd you? Gaynor's used the one off the blue card on the orange card, so this is now going on the blue card, so that's why. So there's my old, that's the first card from the kit in its lovely little envelope. So that's card one, and this is my alternative. So if you've got any little flowers, you could decorate them with flowers. You could add some more gems, or you know, I think that's just as nice. So this opens up with these panels, and then this, because this will automatically flick up, and then it's got inside the little things you do make such a big difference. You could even add a photo in there of the person you're sending it to. So, or you could even close this down this way, and then definitely gives extra. Oh, I like that way actually. So there we go, there's card one. Come back on the next one and we'll do something totally different for, which one is it? Card two, which is this one. I'm using the envelope and the, but I'm not using that section. So come back on that one and see what we make for that one. Till next time, love to you all. Bye.